What is up, Hardcore Nation? Hardcore here, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 5 of Life Behind the Pros. And we've got a cool show for you tonight. Don't have quite as many guests as we normally have, but we've got a lot of stuff to unpack tonight with some of the racing, some local racing series is getting off the ground again with round 2 this weekend coming up. And we've got some results to go over. We got Dirt Dominators to talk about from GNCC round 4 Tiger Run. We got some folks to highlight in the Dirt Dominators section, and of course everybody's growing favorite segment of the show, ATV Fantasy, where XC Lay and I battle it out and with our words to talk about no slaps, man. This is a non-slapping show. It's not the Oscars or whatever that show was. Plus you can't slap me virtually.
You laid the smackdown on me last time, though. Holy shit. I got blasted.
All right, man. So listen, we're going to open up the show tonight. Just kind of want to talk a little bit about, we don't do this a whole lot, but want to give everybody a quick update on our situation here inside the Hardcore Harvey Motorsports garage. And that is, believe it or not, folks, I know I've said this before the past couple weeks. I said we were going to try to race. We were going to do this. We were going to do that. But Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock, we are officially coming back from the broken ribs and collapsed lung, and we are going to definitely put a bike on the line Saturday at round 2 of the new East Coast Series. And I'm not saying we're going to finish, but I'm saying we're going to start.
So have you done any training or anything on the bike or anything? So how are you feeling activity-wise?
Well, absolutely nothing on the bike other than I did ride our local bike up and down the road last night 2 or 3 times, and had one of the guys over here at the garage, Magic Chuck, was helping me get that bike final prepped up, and he took it up and down the road a couple times. But other than that, I've been riding the spin bike, and so the other thing I did this week that was part of the reason that we had to postpone Tuesday to Thursday night. By the way, you folks that are tuning in, thank you for being flexible and moving over to Thursday night with us. But Tuesday night was exciting because we were down at Gator's house, down at Adam McGill's Mustache's garage, and that's where our practice track is located. And a bunch of us got together on Tuesday afternoon when the weather was so nice, and we got up in there and we cleared the practice track so that we now have an open track to practice every week. We're going to try to practice on Tuesday afternoons as well. So Tuesday is going to be packed for Hardcore Harvey here, because we're going to be practicing in the afternoon with Gator, and then we're going to jump off the quad and come back here to the garage and get ready to do the podcast on Tuesday nights. So we seriously are going to stick to Tuesday nights, though. That's our goal. I think that's the best setup for us, for Clay and I, as well as a lot of the folks who listen have kind of given us feedback that Tuesday night's kind of a good night where they're kind of caught up from things over the weekend racing, and they're not yet getting quite ready to amp up for the next weekend's racing either. So Tuesday's going to be it. But yeah, so we got the track cleared. We're going to put a couple new little sections in, and that was a good time. But man, I got to tell you, I was wore out, like, because it's steep and it's rough and it's rocky, and we had chainsaws.
Since you've been on the quad too.
It is. Well, we had chainsaws and hatchets and everything else up in there clearing the track from. And dude, there was a lot of stuff that had blown down over the winter time, and it was a mess.
Oh, I don't doubt it one bit. We've had terrible weather.
So yeah, so a couple times I kind of got a little tweak here in the old ribs where whenever I was trying to lift logs that maybe were a little bigger than I should have been lifting. But all in all, we felt pretty good. We didn't have a lot of wind climbing up and down the hills. I did get winded pretty easy, but I also noticed that's on the spin bike. So I'm sure our road back it's not like we're going to jump back on there and be where we should be, but we got to start somewhere. So Saturday at 1 o'clock at the East Coast Series round 2 at State Line is going to be our unofficial start of our comeback.
Well, you have to use the rest of this year to recover for next year to jump back into competition, I'm sure.
Well, listen, real quick before we get into the rest about quad racing, I want to take 60 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever you want. And we did not last time give you a quick minute to tell us about your Spartan race, because those of you who are listening don't know, my son is huge into Spartan racing, and he's got some goals. He's got his Spartan racing shirt on. So real quick, Clay, tell us how you finished and where you raced.
We raced in Georgia. It would have been not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. It was really tough. I wasn't expecting as much water. The Spartan race that I usually do is about 3 to 5 miles. I've been racing for the past like 5 years now, and I really just started hitting hard with the competition last year or the year before. But last year I got 7th place twice, and that was my 2 best placements. And this was my first race this year in Georgia, and we got 13th place, finished in about an hour and 5 minutes. But it was about a 4-mile track, and the first 2 miles was nothing but up and down hills, which I was dreading because I haven't trained for hills because I've been stuck inside on the treadmill. So I was like, well, I'll have to make up all my time on the back half. Well, it was kind of the reverse. I did super well on the hills, and then the second half of the track was like all water, and I didn't associate water with Georgia. Not this height. Like it was. I was thinking like bayou, like ankle deep or something like that. Not even close. It was hips to chest deep, and people were like losing their shoes in the muck. They would take a step, and then they would come back out of the muck with just socks. Like,
dude, I should have thought and grabbed a picture you sent me of you coming up afterwards, where you actually looked like you just were caked in red clay, like dried red clay water.
Oh, it's on Facebook somewhere, but yeah, I've got a couple of videos, and maybe we'll go over them next time. I'll prep them and.
All right, so listen, next time you do we're going to do a little intro on the show, and then we're going to get your results right afterwards instead of 2 weeks later.
Yes, absolutely. We'll prep some stuff, and I'll get a couple of my medals and get some pictures ready and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's where I'm at. I don't really do the quad racing. I'm more of the foot racing, and I'm still on the trails. It looks exactly like what you guys race on, but
Todd Muscala says I need to get you out of the house more.
I get out of the house plenty, brother. But it was a lot of fun.
So just a quick update. My beautiful wife, Taylor, is a little under the weather. She had sore throat today and came home and kind of laid down. So she is not on the mic with us tonight, but she's obviously in the comment section. So thanks for tuning in, beautiful. Sounds like our super in Asheville. Of course, they flooded. Yes, exactly like what Clay explained. So, yeah. All right. So let's get a quick reminder, Clay. Folks, tell us where you're tuning in from tonight, please. We're going to start collecting the comments for the giveaway tool. You just need to make a comment in the comment section, Hardcore Nation, and that will enter you into the end of the show for us to do the giveaway. And also from last show, it didn't come up on the screen, but Brandon Rogers, so one of our local buddies here, Brandon Rogers was our giveaway winner. So Brandon, hit me up, send me a message if you're watching tonight, and we will get you hooked up with your swag bag. I'll probably just bring it to you. I probably won't mail it to you since you just live across town. But yeah, so that was awesome to see somebody local kind of win that. And oh boy, the wife's now telling she is fevered. So she wants everybody to officially know she's sick. All right, guys. So, hey, let's get into real quick before we get into going over the ATV fantasy points that I can't wait to talk about because XCLA didn't do so well.
No, I got smashed.
Let's talk about Dirt Dominators from Tagger Run. I've got a couple Dirt Dominators, and we kind of set the bar for this a little higher and higher because the first time I did Dirt Dominators, I just said anybody who won by 5 minutes or more. But good night, and again, we love to mention and get everybody shout outs, but that section of the show kind of turned into too long, and Clay told me he was falling asleep on me while I was doing those shout outs. So we've now done it to where it's got to be like plus 8 minutes, plus 9 minutes, or you got to do a whole nother lap than everybody else in your class. Or also tonight, we are highlighting folks who have 4 wins in a row for all 4 first rounds of GNCC. So our Dirt Dominators tonight for Tagger Run, out of the youth class, first of all, I did check the micro classes also for anybody who's got micro riders out there. There were listen, Clay, at some point I need to do a little section on how tight the racing is actually, because in the micros, there was like 2 and 3 seconds between first, second, and third. Like it was tight.
That is pretty tight. No room for error.
Yes, I don't know if we're ever going to have like a true dirt dominator out of that class, but there was some excellent racing in the micro classes. So also in the youth classes, we don't have a dirt dominator, but I did want to mention the YXC2 class because the top 3 guys, Clay, Quentin Bergman in number 1, Bryce Pullen in number 2, and Flying Ryan Wilhelm in the 3rd place spot. Dude, they all finished on the podium within seconds of each other. So I thought as a class, they were a dirt dominator as a class. And then also out of the youth division, the 125 8 to 12-year-old, Stetson Owens. He was the only one in that class to do 5 laps, so he was a dirt dominator. And then a familiar name to the dirt dominators, out of Schoolgirl Junior, 12 to 15, Avery Collins put on another clinic with a plus 8-minute win in that class. Out of the AM races in the Warrior class, you're going to remember this name, Clay, because this bit you in fantasy. I think the guy to beat is emerging himself as Aaron Hendershot with a plus 10-minute win at Tiger Run. Remember when he showed up and raced? We didn't know he was going to race?
Yep, I do remember that. Hard to forget.
All right, out of Schoolboy Junior, 13 to 15, Jericho Edmondson was the only one in that class to make 3 laps. Everybody else only made 2. And then also out of the AM race, shout out to the old guys, Golden Masters class, 60 plus, Mark Thomas, plus 12-minute win over the rest of the old guys.
Dusted them.
So see, this is when I think about quitting. I'm thinking, you know what? These guys are still racing at 60. I got a bunch of years left.
Yeah, but they all. Okay. Yeah. You got it.
Yes, I do. All right. So the only class in the PM that had a true dirt dominator was in the Senior A class 40 plus. Our good friend locally here, Zach Phillips. Zach Phillips did 5 laps. Everybody else in the class, including Todd Muscala, who's on here tonight, only did 4 laps. So Zach Phillips put on a show at Tiger Run and had a great ride as a dirt dominator. All right, now dirt dominators for the year in 2022, that would be they've won 4 in a row. All right, 4 for 4 wins in 2022 in the youth class. In Schoolgirl Junior, 12 to 15, Avery Collins, 4 for 4. In the morning class, or in the morning race, in 4x4A, Gavin Jenkins, 4 in a row. In the PM race, XC2, Jay Shadrun, 4 in a row. And College A, James Glotta. So those were our dirt dominators for last weekend at the Tiger Run GNCC. So congratulations to all those folks who had a truly great weekend and put on a show out there at that round of racing. So,
yeah, we've already got some.
We've got heckling. Talk. Oh, look, Nathan Pierce is on here. I don't know if he wants to see this. I don't know if he wants to see this section.
Oh, that's coming. Good old Dusty Gatus.
Yeah, so everybody picked Gatus, and he didn't even go to the race.
No, didn't even show up. But there was also another person who didn't show up that kind of busted me up. Corey Pancake. He got flipped.
All right, so Clay, does that mean at this point we're going to move on to the next section of our show, which is up next, GNCC ATV Fantasy Results live from Tiger Run, GNCC Round 4, and our two classes are AM, the women amateur class, and in PM Vet B 30+. And we were able to actually have a couple of these folks on the show with us last time to kind of talk.
Harper came on last time.
Yeah, Chloe Harper came on, and then we snuck in Ryan Simmons. He was also in the Vet B 30+. So J. Dylan Kiggins says, love the podcast. Thank you, man. Doug, really appreciate that. So, Clay.
Yes.
You know I'm dying.
I know.
I'm dying to throw up this.
Do you want to start with the women's or do you want to start with Vet B?
Oh, no, I want to throw up the points results.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, folks. We've got two slides to show you. We've got one. So we put our fantasy points in podium format. So we've got first, second, and third place podium finishers. And then we've got a second format to show you that's everybody who finished in the top 10. Corey Pancake.
Come on, Pancake. I had you pick for second last time, buddy. I thought you were going to bust everybody's bracket.
Sorry, next race I'll be doing the.
All right, very good.
Corey, thanks for tuning in, buddy. That makes it more fun. All right, so here's our ATV Fantasy Podium. Here we go, buddy. All right, folks, there you got it. So you've got your podium finishers. In first place, Scotty Dallin, also known as Big Country. Big Country in the house, pulling off the win this week with 36 points.
Big Country with some big points. But who came in second place? Who came in second there?
So let's talk about second place. So Scotty Dallin, if you're not watching tonight, hit me up. Once you see this, I'll reach out to you also. So we'll hook you up with your swag bag for being our round 4 ATV fantasy winner. Definitely nice job, buddy, and we appreciate you playing. But the number 2 spot is truly the story of the week.
What a story of the week is.
I mean, okay. Speaking of dirt dominators, right here, our second place winner, Caitlyn Ritchie. So the fun story about this is just like sometimes we refer to my wife Taylor as Mrs. Hardcore. Caitlyn Ritchie has become Mrs. XC-Lay. So not official or anything, they're just dating, but yeah, so we've now XC-Lay's girlfriend put the smackdown on him.
She's shown the Harvey spirit for sure.
And you know what the
put
best
the
part
hammer on, and she's been talking about it all week long.
Listen, the best part is she kept messaging me and telling me she was never going to let you live this down.
And she hasn't. A week straight. She's like, remember when I beat you in fantasy? I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, yes.
So how about this comment from Taylor? She's talking to Nathan Pierce in the comment section. The two of them were scraping the bottom of the points barrel.
That is true. When you pick Dusty Gatus to be first and he ain't even showing up.
All right. Well, listen. All right. So congratulations to Caitlyn Ritchie. And she sent her picks in. She sent her picks in all by herself. She didn't have you send them. She did it, man.
I didn't help her at all. Yeah, I just gave her the list. I was like, listen, we're doing this fantasy thing. I'd like for you to try. She's like, okay. She made her picks, and she almost won it out over Big Country. Just one podium finish more.
One, absolutely. If she'd have got one more pick right, it had either been a tie or she would have beat him.
That's right. Then she really would have never let me live it down.
But now listen, there's, just internally here amongst the show, the most important podium finisher is the third place finisher.
Yes.
And that is Hardcore himself, got on the podium with 27 points.
Yep, despite all the odds.
Why'd you pull that down?
The restrictions. I want to see your happy, smiling face.
So listen, the reason I think that's a big deal for either one of us to get on the points podium for fantasy is that you and I don't have an open field to pick from.
No, we're battling between each other, and we
alternate picks.
We have a lesser pool to pick from.
Yeah, so if you pick a guy, I can't take that same guy.
Right.
But, so really, it's like amazing for me to get on the podium with 27 points.
I don't know how you can. I think your head is getting bigger. Are you getting closer to the camera, or is it just? I can't tell.
So listen, I think
if you win a few more of these fantasy things, your ribs will just automatically just heal. Like it'll be better than before.
I definitely hope so. I definitely hope we feel good Saturday, and I'm gonna contribute us feeling good on Saturday to my fantasy podium finish in third place.
Oh boy!
All right, dude. So listen, I think everybody should get props who participated. So we've got our top 10 points in fantasy this week. So we've got, again, first, Big Country, Scotty Dallin. Second, Caitlyn Ritchie. Third, your Hardcore himself. Fourth place, Josh Richards with 18 points. Fifth place, Karina Henry, the Kenda team photographer, is in fifth place. In sixth place, Derek Davis. In seventh place. What does that say?
Hey, it's just like my Spartan racing. I just love seventh place.
The print is kind of small. From it. I can't see it. The print's kind of small.
Yeah, it is.
So in seventh place was XC-Lay Harvey. In eighth place was Brandon Rogers. Ninth place was Mrs. Hardcore, Taylor herself. And rounding out the top 10, our guest picker from last week, Nathan Pierce.
Nathan said, I'm terrible at this game.
Nathan,
don't pick your friends. Pick the people who's got the most points, buddy.
I mean, listen, my wife beat him, and she was picking people based on their name and their hair color and like if they had good skin. Like it was
good skin. Oh my God. But yep, you pretty much crushed me in Vet B. That's where you got a majority of your points. And I just really I got 12 points for Morgan Johnson coming in first place in the women's, but outside of that, I didn't really get too many more points. I got Ryan Simmons on the podium, but I didn't get him in the right spot, so I got 3 extra points there.
So listen, a little side story about the fantasy. I get a social media post forwarded to me, and I open it up and I'm like, what the heck is this? It's from David in the Dumpster Kite. And David, and he made up this meme after him getting on the podium. It said David who, and it said in the Dumpster Kite, and it was to you, man.
Yeah, it kind of backfired on me. It kind of stoked his competitive flame instead of stoking Ryan Simmons' flame. So it kind of backfired on me, and he ended up putting me in the dumpster. So
he absolutely did. So the best part was I got to talking with him the other night, and he said, actually, dude, he said, actually, it was great motivation. So you absolutely did motivate this guy to beat your ass.
And that he did. But
David Kite, man, thanks for getting a good sport, and definitely glad that.
There you go.
There he is.
There they are. The In the Dumpster crew has come back in full force.
That's awesome. We're gonna see it on a sticker at some point. It's gonna be in the hashtag in the dumpster.
That would be sweet. You're the T-shirt guy. Put it on a T-shirt, man.
But no, listen, it was great. I appreciate everybody who played this week. It was a lot of fun having all you guys involved in the fantasy, and doing up the points was fun. And of course, Clay and I always have a good time with it. So, but yeah, so that leads us to prep for ATV Fantasy Round 5, GNCC Round 5. So we've got where's it at here? There we go. So up next we'll do our fantasy wheel spinner to pick our next 2 classes that we'll be doing ATV fantasy for at Camp Coker, the Bullet, coming up not this weekend like in 2 days, but the following weekend. And Clay and we will be picking live next Tuesday night. We'll be making our picks. And Clay, special announcement. Okay. I've got a secret guest picker coming. Is it? Have you informed me of who this is? This is a big one. Like, okay. This is the biggest guest we've had on the show probably ever. Okay. Yeah. So are we allowed to announce it, or we're just going to have him show up? What do you think? Should we announce it? Sure. Yeah. So somebody give me a comment if they want to know who it is. Somebody give me a comment that says you got to tell us, Hardcore. You got to tell us who it is. Joshua Richards says it's probably Magic Chuck. It is not Magic Chuck. I mean, Magic Chuck's welcome, but it's not Magic Chuck. My wife says she knows. Marcus Clutter, thanks for joining the show, buddy. Hey, Marcus, if you're listening, throw me a comment up. Are you racing this weekend? Are you gonna be in B class at the East Coast race? What's that state line? Josh Richards, what's he say? It's not Magic Chuck, no. Nathan Pierce says it ain't Nathan Pierce. Wait a minute. Where is he? Nathan, Brittany. Hey, Brittany, how are you, hon? Brittany was actually in one of my original classes when I taught in Indianapolis. She was in one of my original science classes. So we've stayed friends for a long time. Brittany, thanks for watching, hon. So Ja, you got to tell him. All right, there she said it. Marcus Clutter says he'll be there. Toby Hughes, look at this. Actually, it's bigger than the Gator. Bigger than Gator? It's bigger than Gator. Okay, now I'm definitely intrigued. All right, here we go. So we are Gator. What's that? Everybody thinks it's Gator. Even Richard says, "Ooh, Gator himself?" ? So we are going to have Gator. We are going to have the one and the only, the infamous and famous, the best known off-road racing commentator, MC, podcast, the one and only Bottleneck Live, Mikey Waynes is going to be on the show with us next week.
And he'll be picking as well, right? He's got to get some skin in the game.
He's going to be our guest picker. And the best part is that we also are going to attempt to make a guest appearance with him at the next GNCC race and talk a little bit about some of this stuff on the GNCC Live during the PM race at Camp Coker.
Dude, that's going to be so exciting.
See,
hopefully he'll do better than Nathan Pierce.
My wife, this guy's way cooler than the Gator. So I don't know really if he's bigger than the Gator, but Mikey Waynes is going to be an awesome guest. He's great fun to be around. So you guys definitely spread the word. He's going to be our guest ATV fantasy picker next week or next Tuesday. So that'll be a fun show having him on here. And Clay, he's going to give you a run for his money.
Okay. Is he going to bring his tiger suit though?
We may
says he better bring the tiger suit.
Absolutely. I'm going to see whether he can wear the tiger suit because that was out of control. Did you see some of the pictures?
No, I haven't seen anything. I don't know what that means.
So they got these tiger suits made for the Tiger Run GNCC and they all wore them.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
It literally was like this rainbow Skittles tiger suit.
Yeah, he's got to wear it if he wants to pick. That's the deal.
There you go, folks. Cat's out of the bag. So Clay, let's jump on here and let's bring our spinner up because we've got Ronnie Paul. Ronnie Paul's in the waiting room, so we've got him coming up here to talk about New East Coast Round 2. But before we get to him, we are going to get into our AM. Here we go. Hopefully. Here we go. All right, folks, you know how this works. So we've got our random spinner, and this is all the classes in the AM. So our next fantasy class for the Camp Coker Bullet will be... Who you thinking, Clay?
I want Masters. I want 50s Masters.
Oh, wow.
There we go. There we go.
Oh,
now
dude.
Points here.
Dude.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
man,
no.
You were giving me stuff about being in 7th, but who's in the 11th place spot on the 918 Honda? Only finishing once.
Are you bringing it up online or not?
Oh, no. I would never look it up online. 7th place.
Hold on. In all fairness.
Round 1.
In all fairness, good night. You probably already got
places. Huh?
You probably already got it loaded up.
Oh, of course I do. I'm quick with it. But it seems like there's one person definitely dominating the 50 plus Masters. Do you know who that is?
Why can't I find it?
What do you mean? Why can't you find it?
I can't seem to find it. How am I missing this?
I don't know. You should know this off the top of your head. I feel like this would be setting you on fire watching these people pass you up.
Well, dude, I haven't even been there.
Oh, man.
Oh, there we go. All right, there we go.
Harvey.
There we go. All right, so our AM fantasy class, I can't even believe this just happened. So it's going to be my own class. It's going to be my own class, the Masters 50 plus class. And obviously you can see right there, Dave Machisco is dominating so far. So at some point here, probably we may even see whether next week, since we're going to do the picks for this class, whether we can have him on. Of course, Mike Tarango is also awesome in that class.
He is extremely consistent.
Yes, he is. So, yeah, and you see me down there with one lonely race in a 7th. But hey, what's with 7th tonight? I mean, you finished 7th in the points, fantasy points. I finished 7th in my only race. But now I mean, no excuses, but I am going to say that at the time I wrecked, I was in 3rd. So that's
nothing.
I know, but I'm just saying. I mean, I didn't run in 7th all day. That's where I ended up when I took the header.
What rib did you break? What was the first rib that you broke? Was it 6th?
It was 6, 7, 8, and 9.
All right. Those are the places you're going to come up in the next races. 6th place, 7th place, 8th place.
All right, let's get to our ATV fantasy in the afternoon.
What's in the afternoon? Which one are you wanting in the afternoon? Since I actually got my wish for the AM race.
I tell you honestly, I really would like to see. I'd really like to see either Senior A or Senior B, because we got Todd Massell here, and of course the Wilhelms are big supporters of not only the podcast but Kenda Racing as well. So one of those two would be cool. But I also have been told there's a guy in College B, I think, from David Kite, that really has to get on here and talk to us about his class. So that would be cool.
Let's get College B then. That'd be pretty cool.
Here we go. Maybe it'll be a hardcore. Maybe I'll get my first pick of my own.
Oh, nope. XC2.
No, that's no go.
What?
We've already had them.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
At the respin. We've already done XC2. Here we go.
All right, respin.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
All right, so we need to look up here real quick. College B.
This is an absolutely enormous class.
Oh, you're looking at it?
30,
I can't even get them all on the screen.
37 races.
Okay, I can't even get them all. So we're only going to look at this top section because I can't get them all on the screen. But there's been 4 different winners in 4 rounds.
I know it's going to be a lot of data to come. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
I'm already picking. I got a sleeper. I'm already looking at right off the bat.
So it's interesting, since I lost this time, I get to pick the class and have first pick of that class, correct?
Are you making these rules up? Are you making?
No,
are you
I'm
making
pretty sure if you watch the last episode, that's what you did with the women's AM, and then you immediately picked Chloe Harper. So I think since I lost this time, that I get to pick the class, and then I get my first pick of that class.
All right, deal. That seems fair. All right, so guys, listen, that'll wrap up our section on ATV Fantasy Round 5. We will be doing that live picking next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Really want everybody, please tune in. Tell folks we're going to have Mikey Waynes on here as a guest picker for that as well. And we're going to move on into talking a little bit about our local series this weekend. And of course, for us, the local series we're always going to highlight is going to be the new East Coast Series. Round 2 for Ronnie Paul Series is going to be at State Line, right outside of Morgantown in Maysville, West Virginia. And this is the same location as High Voltage for GNCC. It's going to be April 2nd on Saturday. The ATVs will run, and on April the 3rd, the motorcycles will run because they run a split. They run a split weekend. But we are going to bring Ronnie Paul on here and see what he can tell us about this upcoming weekend. Ronnie Paul, thanks for joining us.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. So I take it I understand you were just out at the track not too long ago.
I'm still at the track.
Oh, you're still there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so tell us, if you can, tell us a little bit about the track. What's the conditions look like out there? What are you thinking for this weekend?
Right now obviously we had some rain today, had a couple of thunderstorms that blew through. A little damp right now, but really it was dry. So a lot of limmy stuff to get wet, so we'll see how that works out. But typical State Line or High Voltage, however you want to look at it, definitely going to be, fast sections, of course, because we got, the field area, and they did do some timbering here, so Seth had to get really, constructive.
You had to get creative?
Yeah, very creative.
Well, listen, are we going to do that terrible off-camber section out through the field that you start at the top and you slide clear to the bottom?
No, that was just me and the dozer. That's cool.
Oh. You took the dozer down over the hill?
No, it's on top, but I had a few interesting rides earlier this week with it. So.
Uh-oh. But it didn't catch.
I swear there was still ice under the topsoil because I just hit on top and dry leaves, and it took off like a bobsled.
Holy moly! You didn't catch it on fire again, did you?
No. But it's broke again, sitting on top of the hill.
Oh no! So hey, do you know how long the track's going to be? You got a layout for us? Any kind of mileages? Sydney should be posting the track map here, like directly, maybe up already. I believe he said mileage is, I'm wanting to say almost 9. Really?
Yes.
Wow, you're getting like almost a full GNCC track out there.
Well, I've been here for a few days, so.
How about the micro track or the youth track? You got any information on those?
Hang on one second. Let me holler. I'll do that.
Sure, no problem. No problem.
Steph.
It's an impromptu show.
Mileage.
So Nikki Wilhelm says a little damp but dry.
On youth ATV 4.6.
Hi Sid, jump in here, hon. Get in here with us. Come on.
Hey.
So this is Sydney Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody knows her. She's the registration face of NECXC. So what kind of mileage we got?
Micro 2.1.
Okay.
Youth ATV 4.6. Adult ATV he has is 8.8. So then the youth bikes is actually 5.1. So and adult bikes is 9.3. So.
All right. Well, it sounds like you got an awesome track laid out for us, man.
Trying. Hopefully the weather stays good. And it was actually nice today. A couple showers, but man, it got warm.
Well, listen,
really
I'm telling you,
after so.
It's supposed to cool down, but I really think the weather on Saturday is supposed to be decent, man.
Yeah, I think so. Right as of right now, it's supposed to be, yes.
So listen, I want to compliment you guys because at round 1, you guys had 126 quads show up for round 1. I mean, I thought that was a really nice turnout for round 1, man. Yeah,
definitely, it was good. I mean, obviously we're trying to get everything accommodated to accommodate more. I mean, longer mileage tracks and everything, and pit area, the Kenda pit road and everything.
Yes, awesome.
So that's everything. Everything's coming together. I mean, obviously it's always a work in progress to improve and change things, but hopefully it's always in the right direction. So.
Well, listen, Ron, that's why I give you guys all the credit because I think that's why you're a first-class series. You continue to adapt and change things as you see it's going to make it better for the racers and the riders. And you guys, I mean, you guys just always got our best interest, and you want to put on a good show. And definitely, I know a lot of us appreciate it, man.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, and if you could have a smaller inside loop, maybe 2.3 miles, that I could just do that as like to see if I can ride anymore.
That's my loop.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to follow you then and see how it feels.
Gotcha.
Ron, anything else you want to share with us about this weekend? Is there anything else going on that we don't?
We are doing. It's a Stasic weekend.
Okay.
We're back with the Stasics. They'll be running Saturday afternoon at 4:30, and also on Sunday, I believe at 12.
Okay.
12 or 30, something like that, because we don't want to miss out on the bike guys that have the Stasics also.
Sure.
We got a bunch of new sponsors on board this year with different things, and ultimately try to accommodate everything. But my ultimate goal is the family function of somewhere where to come and hang out, kids have fun, safe place to go. So hopefully we get some nice weather and we get a weekend with the band and everything, and just hang out.
Awesome. Normally you guys already have that lined up. Do you have a round picked out for something like that already?
I think the Yamaha demo in July at Brownsville, I think, is the band weekend, but we would really like to get one, maybe even not say a different band, but something different. I mean, we could even do karaoke, but I'd have to wear earplugs because I just don't know if I can handle all that. I'll listen to screaming 2-strokes and 4-strokes all day long, but hey,
maybe we could have auditions on the show. You got to audition on the podcast before you can sign up for karaoke.
Right. Well, that leaves me out. For sure.
Well, listen, Ronnie, we'll see you Saturday morning, man. And like Ronnie said, you guys who are on Team Kenda, don't forget, we really need everybody to participate in the Team Kenda Riders Row and show good team presence out there at the series, because Kenda's come on board big for Ronnie Paul's series. And then Ronnie Paul, I know that I talked with Drew for, about an hour this week. And I know here coming up soon that we're all going to be sharing more information.
Yes.
It's pretty exciting, man. So I know I'm getting pumped for it. And I know people know that there's going to be an endurance race, and we're more details to come, but definitely want to kind of have you and Drew on together whenever we're ready to roll that out and kind of spill the beans together.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, man. Hey, Ronnie, I appreciate you taking some time. I know you're out the track, you're busy, but for coming on here and talking to everybody.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, see you, Ronnie.
Yep. That's it.
All right, we'll bring XC Lay back. So we're back. So Ronnie Paul Wilson, new East Coast Series, Saturday. Again, guys, great series, runs a great show, keeps things on time, tracks are set up great. You're not going to go out there and tear up your bikes. You're not going to go out there and break frames, and you're not going to go out there and have $500-600 worth of repairs to do after the race, of course, unless you run into something yourself. But other than that, man, it's a great place to go get some racing in. And again, competition's awesome. A lot of fast guys at the East Coast Series. Good night. We'll be, Mick Easter and I will be chasing Todd Muscala around all day. We'll be battling for second and third place because, Todd's a big bully in our class, and he just runs off from us. He's not nice at all.
He's certainly a monster in that class, and I'll be looking to pick him.
Oh, yeah. All right, dude. So listen, before we kind of wrap things up for tonight, I do want to give folks. I did talk with Drew Blackley at Kenda this week, and man, we just had a great conversation. It's one of the reasons that we're super happy that we last year made the move to Kenda. Just a lot of stuff that is in the works. Drew's got a lot of fantastic ideas for the brand. And I just want to pass along to all you folks out there who are already part of Team Kenda that Drew loves what we're doing. He loves the podcast presence. He loves all you guys that are Team Kenda people being on here and supporting the podcast. But he also loves what they're seeing at the racetrack when, we're truly coming together as a Team Kenda, and we're supporting each other, we're pitting together, and all that stuff has made a very big impression, not only on Drew, but also on Kenda as a company and as a corporation. So we're doing the right things to promote a brand. We're doing the right things to be good ambassadors for the company that's supporting us. There's big things to come. I can't really share everything with you guys that we're talking about, but you're definitely in the right place. And if you're not yet part of Team Kenda, this is definitely something you guys want to think about. There are some ways we can get you involved. Like I've told you before, Hardcore Harvey Motorsports has been extremely blessed to have opportunities to help people get involved with Team Kenda. So if you're not already committed to a tire brand out there, definitely talk to a Team Kenda member this weekend. If you know anybody, doesn't have to be me, can be any. It could be the Wilhelms, could be any. It could be Charlie, it could be Nathan Pierce, it could be Toby Hughes, it could be the Ostriches, it could be the Lambrunos. There's a lot of really good racing families that are part of Team Kenda, and really like to get as many people involved with this brand and with this team as possible. Yeah, I want people riding the brand, but I really like what we're doing as a team. So I want to say thanks to everybody for that. What we got, Clay? What else we got, buddy?
I think that's about it. It's kind of a short show this time, but next week is where we're going to just come out blazing. Got a lot of things packed in, got a lot of competitive spirit to share.
Yes.
I was thinking it'd be the ultimate Harvey move for you to pick yourself in your own fantasy league.
There's
it's
no
like
way.
Michael Jordan betting on his own games.
There's no way. Listen, only way I'd even consider doing that is if I'd been to all the races and I had not been hurt. There is no way that I'm picking myself even in the top 3 right now.
Oh man, maybe one day, maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I don't know. It's going to be a slow recovery. All right, folks, if you haven't already made a comment, we got 15 entries in the giveaway. So if you're on here and you haven't yet made a comment, drop a comment in the comment box there, hashtag or Hardcore Nation or What Up Hardcore or whatever. You don't have to, just anything you put in the comments will get you entered. We now got 16 entries. We're going to give you another about 60 seconds here before we do that drawing. So again, want to say congratulations to Scotty Dowling, Big Country, for winning our ATV Fantasy Round 4. Also, congratulations to Brandon Rogers for being last week's swag bag winner. And also Brian Kiger, I haven't forgot about you. I got you a sweet Team Kenda hoodie that I'm planning on bringing to the East Coast race with me. So if you're going to be there, I'll hook you up with your swag bag there also. All right, Clay, I think that's going to be it, buddy. I think we're going to, let's see here, share this tab instead.
Yep, go ahead and let's see who won episode 5 swag bag.
Add to the stream. 17 entries. Hey, Nick Lambruno.
Lambruno. What's he saying?
Oh, Nick, wait, what is this? Oh, we're going to have a pause. Wait a minute. 30 more seconds of the show. Lambruno says, I may have my quad now to, brother, I hope you come out, man. That would be awesome. At this point, what's one more person to beat me right now? Hey, listen, also Caleb Bennett, thanks for joining us. Caleb, what's up? Caleb's actually Caleb just installed his Hardcore Harvey Motorsports graphics from Endorphin Graphics. He just got hooked up with Ken Keffer, and Ken Keffer gave away a discount on a set of Hardcore Harvey Motorsports graphics. And Caleb sent me some pictures. It looks badass. So he did a great job on that as well. And then before we do the drawing, Clay, just real quick, definitely want to say thanks again to Kenda for their support of the podcast. Want to thank Custom Access Shocks, Micah. Also right here, let me see if I can turn this. This is the new 9-2. Got a new 9-2 hat. That'll be part of this week's swag bag. So definitely want to thank the guys at 9-2. Want to thank Tanner and Jason for supporting the show. Of course, Larry Mills with DP Brakes was on last week. We're going to be coming up with a way to give away that set of brakes at one of our contests as well. Want to thank Twin Air. We want to thank ODI. We want to thank RG Honda Motorsports here locally. Want to thank Tire Blocks. We want to thank Fast Flex Bars. Let me look behind me here. Else we got?
Yeah.
Oh, Sunstar Chains and Sprockets. Oh, and definitely Evans Coolant for hooking us up, keeping our motor cool during that. And Twin Air also. And, of course, the Mustache, McGill Mafia for helping us keep things running and doing work on our bikes whenever it's something that we can't figure out on our own. So, and I also want to thank the DDC, which is the guys who hang out over here and help me turn wrenches sometimes. They were here last night, helped me get the local quad put together and back together. So thanks to those guys as well. And Brandon Rogers, thanks for joining us. We're up to 18 entries. All right, Clay, I think we're going to put this one in the can with our drawing, buddy.
Go ahead. Pull it out.
I gotta bring it back up. Here we go. All right, here we go. Hopefully it's working this time. Hope my wife doesn't win. Brittany, that's awesome. Congratulations, Brittany, out of Indiana. So I will send you a message on see what size race swag you want to wear, and we'll get that out to you in the mail. So guys, definitely thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Please help us get this to grow bigger. This is also on it's also now on YouTube. So if you could help subscribe to our YouTube channel now, it's under Hardcore Harvey Motorsports or under Jeff T. Harvey, and then also promote folks to come on and watch the podcast on Tuesday nights, be a part of everything we're trying to do. And then also, if you come to the races, come introduce yourself. We'd love to meet everybody who wants to be a part of not only Hardcore Nation, but also Team Kenda. So again, make that stuff happen. We're always happy to meet new people. So XC-Lay, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part.
Not a problem. Always a pleasure.
So, episode 5 is in the can.
In the can. How many episodes do we have in the first season? I think we're like tied for most episodes in a season.
We are. Episode 6 will now be the most episodes we've ever had in one season. So
we're getting consistent.
Awesome job. All right, guys, as we say, Hardcore Nation, and everything you do, go hardcore. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you.